Good morning once again. Mr. Tabo Maupa again here. Today I'm going to present Grade E Module 8 titled Observation. Right. Observation, maybe some people won't understand, but something that we do on a daily basis. In order for security work to be effective, we must have good observation, which means we must watch, keep our eyes and ears open, because anything can happen in the criminal world while we are there. So that's hence observation is very, very essential in security circles. Right. Let's start now with the objectives of the module. On completion of this module, the student, you a grade E student, you must be able to describe the importance of accurate and complete observation. 2, demonstrate competence in the application of observational patterns to describe people, vehicles, and objects, and correct recording thereof. So anything you see, you record it. It can be a hint or a clue maybe in future. Right. Let's look at the aims. What are the aims of observation? Aim number 1 is to supply a true account which would enable the court to come to a logical conclusion. How do you supply a true account which would enable the court to come to a logical conclusion? Which means if you arrest somebody, you state the facts as it is. The reason why, then you hand it over to the police with your statement. That is supplying a true account which would enable the court to come to a logical conclusion. Number 2, to ensure that clues which would have assisted in solving crime are not lost or overlooked. Which clues, if there is evidence, preserve it so that you can present it at a later stage when it is required. Number 3, to be capable to observe and describe minutely, which means all the time, people, vehicles, objects, and scenes of crime. Those are the 3 aims of observation. That is where your question 1 is coming from. List 3 aims of observation. 1, to supply a true account which would enable the court to come to a logical conclusion. 2, to ensure that clues which would have assistance in solving crime are not lost or overlooked. Number 3, to be capable to observe and describe minutely people, vehicles, objects, and scenes of crime. Those are the answers to question 1. Right. Let's look now at the essence of observation, which is how essential it is, right, in the security world. Right. Observation simply means being able to identify and recall a situation accurately, completely, and distinctly. Right. That is the essence of observation. Okay. Let's go now to the second part, which is obstacles that may hamper objective observation, which means things that can stand in your way for you not to be able to do good and good observation. If you've got those things in your character, then you won't be able to observe as you should be. You understand? So those are what we call the obstacles that may hamper objective observation. Number 1, we've got nervous tension. Nerves. If something hits your nerve, you can't observe, you are not concentrating. Number 2, fear. If you have got fear, you won't observe. For example, you are working at a bank as a security officer, assisting on the ATMs. Then all of a sudden you see 15 guys coming from cars and going inside the bank holding guns. What do you think? Will you be observing? No. Right. That's fear. Then aggression. If you are aggressive, you can't observe. Because usually people, they say, calm down, so as to gather your brains. Understand? So if you are aggressive, you can't observe. Number 4, occupation. Your job. You can say, no, it's not my duty. So I don't care about whatever is happening there. And then number 5, religion. Some people I know, they are so obsessed with religion to an extent that they can overlook faults of maybe pastors or some people belonging to that church. You understand? Then number 6, suggestion. That is now assuming that somebody is doing something when he's not actually doing it. Like if you see somebody like putting a hand like they think he's hiding something is stolen, you suggest you didn't see properly. So it also becomes an obstacle in objective observation. Then we've got number 8, ethnic correlation, which means if you belong to the same group, same race, or same clan or tribe, then you are likely to overlook some of the things which your homeboy or homegirl does, right? And then number 9, we've got political belief, right? Politics usually it's associated with protecting one another. You understand? Those are political groupings or parties and so on. Then number 10, self-protection, that is prejudice. You know that you might be involved somehow in what is happening. Clearly you are not going to report it or do anything about it. That is where your second question is. List 7 obstacles which may hamper objective observation, right? We've got 1, devastation, 2, fear, 3, aggression, 4, occupation, 5, religion, 6, suggestion, 7, ethnic relation, 8, political beliefs, 9, self-protection. Right. So that is coming on the progress test 2, but in the final paper it's not there. Let's look now at that is question 2 on progress test 2. Right. Then final, that one, the question of obstacles is not there in the final. Right. Let's look now at the senses that are used during observation. We've got sense of sight, which is you use the eyes, which is plus minus 85% of whatever you see. It's like sight is the most important one among all the senses, because obviously you're gonna see something and then take action about it. And we've got sense of hearing, which is the ears. For example, somebody is breaking a window in the same building. I'm sitting in the guard room or guard house. I cannot see the person, but I can hear the sound that there's breaking glass. Then I go to investigate and maybe find the crook is still there. Understand? So ears also, they sense of hearing. It also assists in observation. Then we've got sense of feeling. Even if you are blindfolded, they give you a paper and a cloth. The difference you can feel is the texture. So sense of feeling also, the hands play a part. Then we've got the 4th one, the nose. That is now smelling. Because some people, you can smell different between darker and, you understand, and cigarette. All right. And then we've got lastly, sense of tasting. Taste now also plays an important part in the senses, because if you take an original soda Coke and take Coke which is mixed with maybe brandy or gin or whatever, there's a difference, because the taste, your tongue will tell you that this is different. Right, so those are the 5 senses that are used during observation. And then the question says, list 5 senses used during observation. Then you go, sense of sight, which is the eye, sense of hearing, the ears, sense of feeling, the hands, sense of smelling, which is the nose, and as well as sense of tasting, which is the tongue. Right, that is question 3. All right. Then we've got patterns of describing people. If you remember, the 3rd aim said to be capable to observe and describe minutely people, vehicles, objects, and scenes of crime. So how do we describe a person? Those are the description patterns of people. 1, we check his build, which means is he stout, slender, stocky, or muscular, 6-pack, whatever. Number 2, the race, which is the nationality of the person, as well as the age, which is approximated because we don't know the person, right? And then gender, is it male or female? Hair color, long or bald, right? And then as well as height, which is approximately height also. So those are the 5 description patterns of people. No, 6. But the question says list 5 description patterns of people, which is build, race, age, gender, hair, height. You pick 5 out of the 6. Let's look now to the description patterns of vehicles. How do you describe a vehicle? The color of the vehicle, is it light, dark, black? The make, Nissan, Ford, Opel. The model, Langley, Escort, Monza. Registration number, which is the type of plate number. Year of manufacture, e.g. maybe 2008, 2000 type of vehicle, as well as the description, which is tires, accessories, and so on. Those are the description patterns of vehicles. The question also says list 5 description patterns of vehicles, which is color, make, model, registration number, year of manufacture, description. Then let's look now at the description patterns of objects, which is things like this. It's an object, right? Description of the object, the size of it, the color of it, peculiar features, signs of damage, wear and tear. That's it. A question also under progress test 2. It comes saying list 5 description patterns of objects, which is now description, size, color, peculiar features, signs of damage, as well as wear and tear. All right. We've got types of observation, like we've got various types of observation. Number 1, we've got something like what we call incidental observation, which means observing something that just happened, right? Or something that happens unexpectedly. And then we've got position observation, which is the one that we do like in a retail entity. Each security has got his or her own section. Then it's a position observation. You must look for that corner. Then you go to another corner or another area, there's another security. That is position observation. Observation should be tackled systematically, right? Get a complete picture of the situation itself, work in straight lines or in circles, and then afterwards, attention must be given to independent, bigger objects in order to see their relation to the whole scenario maybe. The next step is to look at, feel, dissect, and do everything possible, right, to the object in order to observe everything related thereto. Lastly, and most importantly, write down every particle and relation of the fact. Right, that's how you do observation. Observation without the ability to interpret and represent facts clearly, completely, and objectively will be of no value. Accurate description are essential. Conclusions are to be reported separately with regard to facts and deductions. That is what you do. Now, in conclusion, now it says, now that we realize that proper and biased observation is an important part of being a security officer, we must develop this weapon daily and take definite and planned steps to inspire others in the security force to do the same. That is where our module ends today, which is titled Observation. Here's your questions now. Question 1, list 3 aims of observation. Question 2, list 7 obstacles that may hamper objective observation. Question 3, list 5 senses used during observation. Question 4, list 5 description patterns of people. Question 5, list 5 description patterns of objects. Question 6, list 5 description patterns of vehicles. It ends there. But the final, we're going to do it together. Some of the questions are not there. Thank you very much for watching my video. God bless you. Thanks for following me. Continue to like, subscribe, share. It will go a long way. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day. See you in the next one.